Whenever the crypto market starts heating up, something else gets hot on its heels: the scams. And they're getting smarter, faster, and way more sophisticated. So today, we're building your 2025 playbook for staying safe. Because in this world, what you don't know can literally cost you everything.
And that's the tricky thing about a bull run, right? The opportunity is incredible, but so are the traps. The exact same excitement that pulls us all in is what the scammers are banking on. And it's not just new people getting tricked. I'm talking seasoned pros are getting their wallets drained. What we're about to cover could seriously be the difference between a great year and a total disaster.
So, here's how we're going to break this all down. First, we're going to look at how these scams have changed over the years. Then, we'll get into the nitty-gritty and unmask the top scams you need to be watching out for right now. And finally, the most important part, we're going to arm you with a practical playbook for your own digital self-defense. All right, let's dive into Section 1, an evolving threat. Look, the ideas behind these scams, playing on greed, fear, a sense of urgency, that's nothing new. That's as old as time. But the tools they're using to pull them off? Oh man, they have gotten a massive, massive upgrade.
Yeah, you really have to stop thinking of these guys as lone con artists. Think of them more like shady tech startups. They're taking classic manipulation tactics and mixing them with some seriously powerful new tech, like AI and these prepackaged malware kits, these so-called wallet drainers as a service. It makes their attacks way more convincing and lets them hit thousands of people at once.
And you can actually see this evolution pretty clearly. Remember 2017? We had BitConnect. It was a huge, but honestly a pretty straightforward Ponzi scheme. Fast forward to 2021, and they were getting cleverer, hijacking viral trends with things like the Squid Game token rug pull. But now, the next frontier is AI-powered deception. I'm talking about a deepfake video of a famous CEO live streaming and telling you about a can't-miss investment. It's wild.
Which brings us right to the 2025 Heist Toolkit. Let's really dig into the specific threats that you absolutely need to have on your radar today.
Okay, first up, and this is probably the single most dangerous threat out there right now, wallet drainers. This isn't about someone hacking your password. This is malicious code, usually hiding on a website that looks totally legit, and it tricks you into signing a transaction that basically gives a smart contract permission to take everything you own.
It is terrifyingly simple. You connect your wallet to a site, you see a signature request that looks just like the hundreds you've approved before, so you click sign, and that's it. Seconds later, your assets are just gone. The whole scam is designed to exploit your muscle memory and the fact that we're all moving a little too fast.
And if you think this is just some minor issue, get this. One single person, a crypto whale, somebody who should know better, lost $32 million to one of these drainer services. Let that number sink in. $32 million. These are professional operations running high-stakes heists, and they prove that nobody, not a beginner, not a whale, is too smart to get caught. All right, next up in the toolkit are copycat tokens. You've seen this happen. A new project is getting a ton of hype, and almost immediately, scammers rush out a fake version. Same name, same logo, everything. They are literally farming your FOMO, your fear of missing out, praying that you'll be in such a rush to get in early that you'll buy their completely worthless token by mistake.
So, how do you spot the fake? Okay, the differences can be subtle, but they are absolutely critical. The fake's logo might be just a tiny bit off, but the real giveaway, the most important thing, is the contract address. That's the unique ID on the blockchain, and it will be different. Also, just look at the community. A real project has real people talking, real documents. The fake, it's just a wall of bots spamming rocket emojis and to the moon.
Now this next one is it's so devious. It's called address poisoning. So after you've interacted with something, a scammer will send a tiny, like 0.0001 cent transaction from a wallet they created to look almost identical to one you use a lot. It'll have the same first few and last few characters. Their goal, they're hoping the next time you go to send crypto, you won't double check and you'll just copy their address from your transaction history by mistake. And the engine powering so much of this is social engineering. This is the art of manipulating people. It's all about building fake trust to get you to click a bad link, give up a secret, or send funds to the wrong wallet. And with AI, scammers can now do this on a massive scale, creating fake profiles and messages that are incredibly realistic. And I want to be clear, this is not theoretical stuff. This is happening right now.
There are AI deepfakes of famous people running fake giveaway live streams on YouTube as we speak. Scammers are buying entire phishing-as-a-service kits on the dark web. You've probably seen the fake support staff in your Twitter DMs offering to help. And of course, fake celebrities are still out there shilling the next guaranteed 100x coin. It's a non-stop attack on our judgment.
Okay, that was a lot of doom and gloom, I know. But here's the good news. Let's move on to Section 3, your digital self-defense. Because you're not helpless in this, not at all. With the right habits and the right knowledge, you can build a really strong defense around your assets.
Think of this as your pre-flight checklist for literally any transaction. Step 1. Use official sources. Don't just Google it. Go to the project's official bookmarked website or Twitter. 2. Verify the contract address. Always. A name is easy to fake. An address isn't. 3. Respect the warnings. If your wallet pops up and says, "Hey, this looks suspicious," you need to listen to it. 4. Use a burner wallet. It's just a separate wallet with a small amount of cash in it for trying out new apps. And 5, probably the hardest one, resist FOMO. Just slow down. I promise you, a real opportunity will still be there after you take 5 minutes to do your homework.
Okay, now this is the golden rule, the unbreakable, #1 rule of all of crypto. Your seed phrase, those 12 or 24 words, is the master key to your entire financial life in this space. No legitimate company, no support person, no one will ever ask you for it. Ever. Anyone who does is a scammer. Full stop. End of story. And this one is a huge, and I mean huge, misconception that gets a lot of people wrecked. People think if they hit the disconnect button in their wallet, they're safe. You're not. All that does is stop the website from seeing your public address. Any permissions you already granted to a smart contract, those live on the blockchain forever, or at least until you manually revoke them. That means a malicious site could still drain you days or even weeks later. So, for long-term security, you need a toolkit and some good habits. First, use a service like revoke.cash every once in a while. Go through and just clean out all those old permissions you gave to apps you don't use anymore. Second, think about using a modern wallet that gives you better transaction previews and warnings. Third, keep your serious money, your main stash, in a hardware wallet completely offline. And finally, just develop a healthy sense of skepticism. If an amazing offer just falls into your lap, it's almost certainly a trap. You know, at the end of the day, it all comes down to this. In crypto, you are your own bank. And that's incredibly empowering, but it also means you are your own head of security. The tech can help, sure, but it's your attention to detail, your skepticism, your own discipline. That is the only thing that will truly keep your assets safe. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. In a world built on so-called trustless technology, the great irony is that trusting the right things and verifying them has never been more important. So who do you verify? You start by verifying yourself. Verify your sources, verify the address, verify your gut feeling every single time. Stay safe.